What's up, guys? In this intro video, I just want to show a small application we are going to build, which is a desktop to-do list app using Electron. When I build this kind of app, most of the time I use Electron as a technology to build desktop application in JavaScript. And I will do it first as a web application, then in the first phase, because all our functionality will be will do it as a web application. It will be in the front end. Then in the second phase, I will persist the data, because now you can see, even if I had an element in this to-do list, you will see when I refresh this, it will disappear. Mean that means that we don't have data persistency. But in the second phase, that's what we'll do. We'll take the data and we'll persist it via Electron uh, using a JSON file. That will be a second phase. And in the third phase, then we'll use SQLite to persist our data. And you can see that this to-do app has some functionality. For example, if I want to, I have a task example, 1,000 tables. I can add a task. You can see, and I can edit this task or I can delete it. For example, when I want to edit, I will press this button. You will see a modal window will pop up. And in this modal, I can modify the task. For example, I can just write 100 tables. Then when I save, you will see it will change here. But all this functionality, as I said, is in the front end, because when I'm building I want to build a desktop app using Electron. As I'm using JavaScript, most of the time I build it as a web application first. Then I will do all the functionality in the front side. Then in the second phase, I will take all the data, will serve it in the JSON file using Electron. Then in the third phase, where we'll use SQLite. And you can see here, as I edit, you see here, I have now 100 tables. I can also delete this stat. It's a very simple desktop app. And the goal with this kind of application is just to show you a technology. Like, I want to show you Electron, how you can build a, a desktop application using Electron. So we'll see how you can take this web application and turn it into a desktop application. And in this to-do list, we have also pagination. I will show you. I just this comment this. Yes, and save. You will see when I refresh, you can see here. Now we have pagination. Now we are in our first page, and you can see here showing that we have 5 pages. And if I want, I can press this next button. You can see now we have a previous page, because we are in our second page. I can go in our third page, in our fourth page, and when I reach the fifth page, you can see the next button disappear. Now we have only previous prev button to go in the previous page. You can see here. Now we are in our previous page, and that is, you can understand I will also explain you the logic behind these 2 buttons. And here you can modify, as I said to you, you can modify. For example, you can just delete there. You can just save, and you can also close this modal by pressing this button. You can press this button here, and the modal will close. You can also press the overlay. It will also close. All this front-end functionality, I will explain it, because I can also say that here we have like three uh, function which is related to the business logic. For example, here we have the add functionality, uh, edit and delete. Also, we have some functionality which is UI functionality, like you can see this pagination, this modal window. Those are related to the UI functionality or presentational functionality, UI presentational functionality or app functionality. And I will explain all this functionality. And as I told you, we do all this functionality first in the front end, uh, um, step by step in the second phase. Then we will integrate uh, Electron, because now you can see is as we have this app as a web application. That why when sometime when I refresh, like all the data disappear, but later we'll fix this problem by saving all this data in a JSON file. That will be the second phase. And in the third phase, we will save it in the SQLite. And in the fourth phase, we'll even create an installer or a runnable. That means someone can get this file, can also download this file and click. He will install it in his computer, and he can use it to put all the tasks he may want to put in this to-do list app. I think that you have a small idea or a small idea about the app we are going to build, because there are not too many functionality. We have only edit and and delete. But and I wanted to have only these two functionality because I want to focus more on like integrating like Electron, because now is a web app, how you can change this web application into desktop application, and how you can create a runnable for this application. Yes, I think that's it for this demo or intro video. I will see you in the next one, where we'll start with creating the folder, creating the all the necessary file to build this app. Yes, see you next.